I suggest at this time you listen, because nobody wants another war or strike in Syria or anywhere else. Bring our brothers and sisters home. I am truly disgusted that you people are my leaders.
Welcome to the Rage Against the Regime podcast, where the status quo gets taken to task. Call in or text your comments to 256-344-RATR. That's 256-344-7287.
Welcome back to Rage Against the Regime, and I'm your host, Bobby Whosdaman. And today we're going to talk about a whole world of crap that's going on. And, you know, I'm going to tell you a little story, and I'm going to tell you how it all began. Going back some time ago, let's just start off with, I don't know, Sandy Hook. Shit, we can go back to 9/11, Sandy Hook, Boston bombing, all the false flags. Yeah, I think that's a good place for us to start at. So, with all that being said, all those false flags, and everybody knows that the government was pretty much involved. I mean, it's documented right now that Sandy Hook was a government, I guess drill would be the good word. And, I mean, you can pretty much tell it from the start. I mean, there's been too many things that pointed in the direction saying that, you know, they were all false flags. Okay, so with all that being said, you got the false flags. Okay, then let's move into Bergdahl and the terrorists being swapped out for each other. Then let's move into the open borders where we're at right now, and let's move into all the stuff that's going on in the Middle East, and you know all the different. You know, a lot of people are saying that this is a. God, I love when they're saying this. They're saying that it's a religion war. That, you know, all the different religions, and, you know, some are Christians, some are Muslims, blah, blah, blah. You know, okay, I understand that. It's a war that's been being fought for hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay? I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is buses of illegal aliens being transported in to our bases, okay? And all the kids and, you know, whatever, we're just going to say the illegal aliens, period, being brought in and given 5-star treatment, okay? And we have homeless veterans that have no place to live, okay? They gave nothing but their heart and soul. Some of them have lost limbs. They've been shot. You know, traumatized because they've been, you know, living out in the middle of the extreme weather and everything and whatever. Okay, they serve this country. And you're bringing illegal aliens in and giving them a better treatment than you're giving to, you know, people that have sat here and have fought for our country and did, you know, and did their due diligence. I have a problem with that. And it's a big problem. I mean, you're bringing in all these illegal aliens. Okay, I don't have a problem with illegal aliens coming here as long as they're not going to get welfare and as long as they're not going to sit on their ass and do nothing. You know as well as we all know that they're brought here to get votes and to cause havoc. They're bringing diseases with them. On Drudge Report. It was reported today that they're bringing all types of diseases over here, diseases that we haven't seen ever. So now we're going to sit here and leave the borders open and, you know, oh, hey, you know, come on over, you know, we'll give you whatever you want, just come on over here and, you know, you can come here and start a new life for yourself and everything else. I don't have a problem with that as long as you're not going to be a freeloader. If you're going to come to my country, you're not going to come here as a freeloader. And another thing that you need to do is learn the language. And I don't care if I'm offending anybody, okay? You're not going to come here and change all of our rights and policies and everything because you don't know how to speak our language. So we have to accommodate you by trying to speak your language, okay? There's kids that are going to schools, okay, in different areas, take, for instance, I know somebody that has a kid, and they, a family just bought a house. So they wanted to find out how the schools were, and, they found out that, the schools weren't really that hot by looking, up their, whatever the point system is. So the parents went to the school to go talk to the teachers and talk to the staff at the school to find out, what kind of school is it. And the parents go walking into the school, and they go into the office, and the teachers were speaking Spanish to all the kids that were coming into the classroom, or not the classroom, into the office. They were all being, spoken Spanish to them. Okay, well, if that's the, if that's what the demographic is there, okay, I understand that happening. But, there was Caucasian kids there also. So they're being treated like the minority, and it seems to me that those kids have to learn Spanish to be able to, even learn in class. It's not fair that we have to change our ways to accommodate people from other places. If you're going to come to this country, you better damn well learn the language. Why should we have to change ourselves and our daily lives to be able to accommodate you? That's not right. Okay? I don't expect to go to a foreign country, we'll say China. Okay? I don't expect to go to China, and expect all the people there to learn English to be able to talk to me. I'm sure if I went there as a tourist or whatever, I'm sure that they have places, that people speak English and, whatever at hotels and so on and so forth. But are you kidding me? You come to my country and we got to change our ways for you? No. But I have a problem with this open border policy. What the hell is this all about? They're being busloaded in and brought to military camps all over the place. And then when the media goes there, Alex Jones sent some of his guys over there. And I guess, they really couldn't get up close, and they were asked to leave the base and everything, and they were asking a lot of questions. Well, I guess they followed them to a church or whatever, and, they were asking the church questions, and the church said, yes, these people are illegals, and they're allowed to come into the country. It's an open border policy now, and that after they go to the church, they're free to go wherever they want to go. If they want to go see their, families that they have here that, are probably here the same way, illegally. I'm sure they didn't come in at the same time. But this is a big problem. And then they're talking about gangbangers coming in and, they're allowing gang members to come here. Do you people not see the police state coming? All the false flags. Now, this is what I was leading up to after, I went off into a rant. All the false flags. Check mark. Okay? Then the open borders. Check mark. Let's let in all the gangbangers, whatever. Then what's going on overseas in Iraq right now. Check mark. Okay. Oh, we have to limit your flying. We have to take the guns away. We got to do this. We got to do that because our enemies have, they've got Stinger missiles that are American made, by the way. They have Stinger missiles. Just happened to be 5,000 of them that they found laying around that the Americans left when they left the base. Yeah, right. Like that was going to happen. Are you kidding me? Who do they think that we are? Who does the president and all the other people that speak for him, who do they think that we are? That we're dumb enough to believe that 5,000 Stinger missiles were just left laying around? Okay, now let me get back on track. All the stuff that was left laying around and whatever, we're supposed to believe that. But now all the other things that are happening, okay, they're all pieces to a big puzzle that are being put in place. Okay? Now, they're really, really going to be coming after our guns now. Okay? Now, the military is being shipped overseas again, taken out of our country, and they're not guarding our borders. They're going to help out again overseas and help out Iraq again, right? Well, do you not see what's going on? All these UN, I don't know if you guys seen the videos or anything, but there's a ton of UN here in the United States right now. They're all being trained by the United States military. Now, Barack Hussein Obama is not supposed to be able to have anything to do with the UN he's not supposed to be able to head out the UN, okay? Well, he is. They're here right now in the United States, and they're being trained by the military. Our military is being shipped out to take care of business where we don't belong at all. None of what's going on overseas is any of our business. But now, foreign police, I guess you could say, are going to be the ones that are going to try to come in here and take our guns away. Do you people remember seeing what happened in Boston when the supposed Boston bombing happened? And how they were driving down the street with tanks and the police and all that and walking around? Do you remember that? Well, when they come to get our guns, it's going to be that times 1,000. It's going to be that times 1,000. Are you people ready for that? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I couldn't allow that to happen. Okay? To have foreign police on our soil telling us what to do and taking our rights away and our guns and just barging into our houses, because it's coming. Sorry, didn't mean to yell. But it's coming. It's coming. Look at all the telltale signs. It's coming. Our military is being sent elsewhere, and UN is here all over the place. Okay? I've seen pictures, I've seen videos and everything else of all the UN trucks that are being delivered here all the time. Okay? Now, another thing. ISIS, who's supposed to be this big terror group, overseas that is, they're terrorizing, Iraq and whatever, and, the Kurds and whatever are, got their little thing going on, and this one, that group, and whatever. ISIS was trained by the United States military in 2012. In Jordan, to be factual. 2012, the United States military trained ISIS in an undisclosed location in Jordan. It's a fact. It's a fact. There's pictures all over the place. Now, what do you people think of this? This is all the pieces to the puzzle being put in place. Do you not see it? I mean, think of all the things that I just said. I probably didn't do them in the right order or whatever, because I'm going to tell you, I'm really, really mad, and I am not going to just sit here and allow this to happen. I'm going to contact all of my state representatives. I'm going to be on them like white on rice, okay? They have to do something about this. They have to do something about this. My friend Becky, that's running for governor in Texas, she's got a group of people. They're going to march. And Rick Perry's office, the governor of Texas, they're going to go and march on him, and they want the borders closed. Okay? All the stuff that's been going on in Nogales down there, I mean, a couple bombs blowing up power sources and stuff. I mean, people, please wake up and open up your eyes and see what's going on. Dabu 7, okay, he's even doing a thing right now. He's trying to get people from other states and cities to come together and form groups and contact the government in your state and ask them to do something about this. We can't keep allowing our borders to be open, for one. For two, we can't allow the president to keep doing what he's doing. He's doing affirmative action on everything. I mean, and then, oh my God, it's just, wow. I really don't even know what to say. And a lot of you people, you think everybody's cuckoo and everything else. Anybody that talks about a conspiracy, oh, you're crazy. Wear one of those aluminum hats and blah, 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 and whatever. I had some asshole. All right, I don't like swearing on my podcast, but I had some asshole the other day that told me that I need to put on an aluminum hat made out of aluminum foil and this and that, because that I'm nuts and whatever, and, conspiracy theories and whatever. And, and you can't really tell those people anything because he's very close-minded. Okay, so right in the door, anybody that, thinks outside the box is a conspiracy theorist, and, that's how he thinks automatically, and he's never going to open up his mind and let anybody tell him anything any different. Okay, sucks to be him. And I'm going to be honest with you, I used to sort of be like that, and then some things started happening, and, and then I was like, and then I started listening to shows and watching videos and doing my own investigating and looking into things and, and being part of webinars and stuff like that, to actually, to talk with other people about it. And I guess you could say it was kind of like a debate that I was in. And then all of a sudden, some of the things that the people were talking about started coming true. And then they brought up facts about things that had already happened and told me, look into this, look into that, do this, do that. And you know what? Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. But you other people that are closed-minded, please do your homework. There's plenty of material out there for you to look at. Okay, there's plenty of videos to watch. There's tons of audio. There's plenty on paper. There's documents. Somebody that I really, really look up to, and I'm hoping to get him on my show one day, Robert Tosh Plumley. He worked for the CIA. He was a pilot for the CIA. He used to run drugs for the CIA and run guns. He was part of Iran-Contra. He's let out a ton of his, he's a whistleblower. He's let out a ton of information, so nothing's hidden. I'm not, breaking, any certain codes or whatever. And, he's very open about it. And, on a daily basis, he talks about it. And he is also saying, people, wake up. Wake up. He's telling you, the drugs that are on the street right now, he's saying that 90% of the drugs that are on the street right now, I think he even said a higher percentage. I'm just going to say 90% because I know it was 90-something. He said that over 90% of the drugs on the street right now were brought in by the government. You think that all these drugs, people are trying to, bring them over the borders and stuff like that. Yeah, cartels are trying to do it too. But it's not the right cartels. It's not the Sinaloa cartel that was in bed with the government, and part of Fast and Furious with the, we send them arms and everything else and, take care of things with them, and we allow them to bring the drugs here and, let them fly their drug planes in and the boats and whatever. So, yeah, cartels do it also. But if you're not the right cartel, then I guess the government's not going to do it for you. But think about it. Think about all the things going on. And I'm going to tell you another thing right now. I hate to be the scare person, and because I really don't know what to believe about it. I don't know what scientist is what or whatever. But, I follow Bunker Report big time. And I'm hoping to have Tom on the show sometime. And, Yellowstone, all the red flags have been raised. They're saying that Yellowstone, it's not if, it's when. Okay? Like I said, I don't want to scare nobody, but it's just a matter of time before that volcano, super volcano, blows. I mean, how hard? Oh, God, I'm going to get a ton of feedback about that. Blowing hard. You guys know what I mean. When that thing explodes, I mean, how much of it is actually going to go off? I mean, because they're saying that it's going to be devastating. Somebody's measuring it. I mean, they have some, a branch of the government that follows it and everything. And I don't remember their initials. I'm sorry, I don't have the information in front of me right now. But, the government scientists are saying, there's no signs whatsoever that this thing's going to blow. And all of a sudden something will be put up And then the videos will be showing, the magma coming out all hot and heavy and everything. And then all of a sudden it disappears and they take down the camera and whatever. Oh, this camera's out of service or whatever. How convenient. How convenient. But the government is controlling that. They're controlling what we're seeing about it. Because certain information will get released. And then all of a sudden, somebody will go, hey, did you see that report? No, here, yeah, this is where I saw it. And you go there, and there's a 400 error. Those of you that don't know, that means, oh, something was put up and it's taken down now. Not good. Not good. So if they're not allowing a lot of information about Yellowstone to be released, and they're making the videos go down and taking the cameras down, what does that tell you? I watched a movie the other day called Yellowstone. It was about Yellowstone. You know what? It was a damn good movie. And it pretty much, showed what it's going to be like once it happens and everything. And you know what? It was a really, really good movie. It wasn't, there wasn't a bunch of stars and stuff in it. It was just, regular, average, everyday people. I don't even think they were actors. I mean, it's not saying that the acting was bad, but I mean, they seemed like they knew what they were talking about. So I think it was like, people that are actually in the field that are trying to give you a warning sign saying this is what's going to happen when this thing goes off. And it was pretty disturbing, I must tell you. It was pretty disturbing. So if they're saying it's not if, it's when, and, in outer space and stuff, they're taking pictures of the Earth and all that. Looks like more vents are opening up because it looks like everything's widening. Now, Yellowstone has a ton of earthquakes going off there all the time, and they have been. But it seems like, there's more now. There's more activity than there's ever been. Now, the way that I understand it about Old Faithful is usually within a 90-minute period, it will go off, and it will go off from anywhere from 1.5 minutes to 5 minutes straight with the magma and the hot water and all that, and it'll go off and the geyser and all that. And then it will stop. And then for like 90 minutes, it'll be dormant and there'll be nothing. That's not what it's doing anymore. When it goes off and the magma and, and what I was just talking about, it does it for long, long periods of time, and it's not a 90-minute, dormant process anymore. I don't know how long it is, but it's nowhere near 90 minutes, okay? It was the same way forever. And the ground, it only raised so much, so many centimeters or whatever a year. Now it's raising dramatically. I think they said it raised 20 inches. In a year or something like that. So, do you have a plan? We've talked about this before. I'll be the first one to tell you. All right, I live in Chicago, so I live 1,300 miles away, over 1,300 miles away from Yellowstone. Does that mean anything? Does that mean that I'm safe? No, not in the least bit. Nobody's safe, okay? Because they say, within so many miles or whatever, that it'll be, worse off or whatever. So, of course, I'm further away. So, of course, it's not going to be that bad on me. But I'm not, like, so far away that, I'm not going to be affected by it. The whole world's going to be affected by it. Because they say when this thing goes off, I think they said over a third of the population will be dead. 1/3 of the population. The power will be out. Food will be gone. Water will be non-drinkable if you don't have it already. Anything that's like, lakes and rivers and whatever, well water and stuff like that will be non-drinkable. Ash is going to be so thick that it's going to knock out power everywhere. Air conditioning, whatever. Whatever uses power, it won't be using it no more. So what does that tell you? It's scary, isn't it? It's very scary. They said that even airplanes, the ash will get inside the airplane engine in both of them. It will make the airplane stop flying, and it would be able to bring an airplane down until the ash got out of it or whatever, and then you'd be able to fly it again. But, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look good. But I know that I don't have a plan, and I would like to make a plan. But I think all of you need to be awake to this also. Do your homework, okay? Do your homework about this whole thing. Look into Yellowstone. If you don't know anything about it, look it up. I highly, highly recommend Bunker Report. Tom L. does a wonderful job over there. He doesn't just do it about Yellowstone. He talks about other volcanoes, other weather reports. He tells you about, earthquakes in different places. I mean, I highly, highly recommend anybody that doesn't know about it, look up Bunker Report on Facebook. And, look into it and, try to make a plan for yourself and for your family. I mean, even if you're wrong, even if I'm wrong, I mean, what could it hurt to have some extra water laying around or, some food or, I don't know, just to have extras laying around just in case of an emergency. I mean, something else could happen. You could have a power outage. That's like a 3-day power outage or something like that. And, and try to get some kind of meals that, are like survivalist meals and stuff like that. Be ready. Be ready. Okay, now I want to go into something else. I would like to talk about a group of bikers. We talked about this last time. Group of bikers and some truck drivers were all going to the border, and they were going to try to retrieve a kid in the military that took a wrong turn or whatever. And he ended up crossing into Mexico, and I guess on his seat he had guns and whatever, and he's an active military guy, and he just happened to make a wrong turn and, went off a base and, all that type of stuff. And, the way that I look at it, I mean, the way that we are with Mexico right now, and I mean, we're on pretty good basis with them. Why would they just not let them go? Why wouldn't they just let them come back? I mean, we let their people cross the border all the time. I don't understand why, on the reverse, why are they giving him such a hard time? I mean, he's locked up there, and they didn't want to let him out. Well, some people brought up a good point. He broke laws in Mexico, and, they have different gun policies and other policies and everything else than we do, and they're pretty strict on it. And, I guess I got to respect that. What do you guys think about it? And what do you think about groups trying to take actions into their own hands because the president and, members of our military and members of the politicians and stuff like that, I guess would be the word. And they're not doing anything about that type of stuff. I mean, what do you think about people that try to go and do and take actions in their own hands? I mean, I'm the type of person that thinks that, there's different times that you should and should not try to take matters in your own hands. I know that if an enemy, foreign or domestic, were to come here and try to attack us, that we need to take into our own hands, okay? And we need to be our own policing agents. And I think that it's going to come down to that. And I think that we're going to end up doing that, which is not a bad thing. Seriously, if you want to think about it, it's not a bad thing because we're going to have to be our own police, okay? Because I have a feeling that when the rise happens and, and the UN starts stepping in and stuff like that. And, I just have a feeling that we're just going to have to take matters in our own hands. But I read something very interesting the other day. Now, I don't know how true it was or whatever, but I still found it to be interesting. They say that the president is not trying to be the president anymore, that he's trying to make it a dictatorship, and that I guess they're trying to change the laws, okay? And they're trying to make it to where, it's not going to be the whole presidential thing anymore, for 4 years and so on and so forth, that I guess the politicians are trying to change it to where it turns into a dictatorship. And I guess, they're trying to make it to where Obama stays in office and that I guess he's going to be like a king or something. I don't know if they can actually do that, and I'm sure hoping what I read is wrong and that it was some kind of hoax thing or it's kind of like a joke or somebody trying to be a smartass or whatever. But let's pray that that's not what the case is. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining me today. It's just going to be a short show, and I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying the show. I haven't really heard too much feedback from any of you. I would like to hear more feedback. You guys, please post on the page. Send me emails, voicemails. Do your thing and contact us. Okay, well, I'm out of here. And thank you for listening to Rage Against the Regime. Have a good one, everybody.
Rage Against the Regime.